back to Class 2 of Cheater Collage. By now I hope you've had an opportunity to watch Class 1 Parts 1 and 2 and had an opportunity to make not only your friendship journals but to play with your quirky characters. So you got to move the bodies and heads around and create new characters, or in some cases if you just wanted to use the collage sheets as they were. So today I want to show you how to take those characters that you've created now and use them for something other than the friendship journal or putting them in your art journal. So at the beginning of the video I showed you some of the ideas. So this is a postcard. This is a postcard, super simple to make, and I'm going to show you how to do that. These are ATCs. And you can trade these ATCs or put them in your friendship journal. And those make nice little add-ins. Tip them in. You could do a lot of things with ATCs. The other thing that you could do is make art envelopes. So this is a copy. And if you watched any of the zine videos that I've done, you know how I create and then copy an envelope. So this started out, here's the original, and it starts out just like this. And I do all of my decorating, and then I go to the copier and place it on my copier, make 1, 2, 3, however many copies you think you'll need, and this is what you'll get. You go ahead and just cut it out and fold on the appropriate spots, which I'll show you, and then you've got something that's ready to go that you don't have to worry about in the mail having things fall off or fall apart. So there's one of those, and here's another one. And then the other thing I was thinking about was note cards. So what I did, I think this would be a super fun gift to make a couple of note cards and give them to your friends. So this is a copy of the front of my friendship journal. You could use whatever you have that you like. And I just put cardstock in my printer and then just cut this down to size. And these envelopes, you could, of course, make your own, but these envelopes came from the Dollar Tree, so they were just, $1 with the note cards. And I took out the note cards and made my own. And I think that would be a super, super nice gift. So that's easy too. And then, of course, there's the banner. So the banner is super easy to make, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But how about we get started first with the ATCs. So these are the ATCs, and a standard ATC size is 2.5 by 3.5. So 2.5 wide, 3.5 tall. And what I did was on this Wild Things collage sheet, you'll see that you've got what could be used for ATCs. So what I did was cut one of these out. So this, you can see, is that. And this is this one right here. So what I did was I cut these out and glued them down. I think I actually Mod Podged them, but you could glue them down to cardstock. And then if these are slightly smaller, you can add just a little bit of washi tape or anything you need, a little strip of paper, whatever you need. These came out just perfectly for me, but I know that everybody's printer is a little bit different. So just kind of make up the difference if you have to do that. But glue that on. And in this case, you see I've got all the lines here, I've got the play, and all I had to do was drop this dude on there. And what I did, and I found it worked really well, was to take my collage sheet and I printed it out at 75%. If you're going to copy them, you can copy them at 75%. And you can see how it makes your images smaller. And they fit better on the ATC. If you put this image on there, you could do it. It would just take up a lot, basically the whole card, and you would have to cut some of that off. So this face is this one at 75% and then here at 75%. Same thing with, well, the whole thing is 75% reduced. And it really makes it easy to make your cards. So I just did a little bit of doodling on here, and I just cut out freehand a little horn thing there to add on there. On this one, basically it was the face at 75%, so I just stuck that on there. This came from one of the collage sheets, and I just cut that out and put it there. And the same thing with this. This came from the Borders and Bits, and it fit perfectly, and I just put it down there, and all of a sudden you've got an ATC, and it's, you know, fast and easy. So that's how you make the ATCs. So be sure to utilize these things because they're great. Okay, how about we move on to the postcard? Very similar concept. Postcard, of course, is 4 inches wide and 6 long. What I had done was taken one of my papers, so I had, remember I told you to hang on to all your leftover pieces, and so I had used this on something, and so I just took this corner right here and then the rest of the paper and laid it down here. And then I just built this character, and I did not reduce this. I used this one full size, and I just built this character. And then this was just from the Borders, and no, this is from the Wild Things. So it just goes, that's right there. I just laid that down, and then I doodled in some arrows, and then I just drew around, scribbled around that dude, and that was it. I mean, this could not be more simple. Really, really easy and fast. Again, I did the same thing. I glued it on, and I think I actually Mod Podged these. So I Mod Podged them and then Mod Podged over it. And then on the back, what I did was I just used my little stamps that I use all the time, like this, and stamped out postcard. And then I did some doodling right around here. And then this is just a strip left over that I had that I just glued down right there. Drew some dashed lines down the center, and then just some address lines. And that's it. And this is just 4 by 6. I mean, it's 4 by 6, but it's just 65-pound cardstock. You could use watercolor paper as well. That would work, and it'd give you a little stiffer card. So that's how you make the postcards. Let's move on to the envelopes. Now these are really fun, and this size, let's see, this one is a 4-bar envelope, and like I mentioned, all I did was I cut out my original envelope, the size I wanted to be, using my scoreboard, and I decorated it the way I wanted it. This is just 2 labels that I put together and then doodled around it to sort of incorporate it. This is a piece of paper from our kit, from our Woot kit, and the paper's just about the right size. So that worked out very nicely. And then I went to my copier. If you want to make multiples, you could send it just like this, close it all up and send it. But I wanted to make some copies. And so I put this on my copy machine just like this and made a copy, and this is how it came out. So when you do your copies, especially when you have color like this, it very clearly shows you where to cut. So it could show you right here where to cut, and then your notches. And so I cut out my notches, but I didn't go to my scoreboard and do the scoring. All I did was when I folded this up, you just had to make sure that you line up with these edges. And every time I'd open that up then and I'd do this, and I'd make sure that I lined up with those edges. So after you've cut your notches, it makes it super simple to just do that. You could put it on your scoreboard if you like. And again, just like that. And then you're done. You can just fold it up and you are ready. Oops, folded it the wrong way. Glue it up and you're ready to go. And you have you have a super nice envelope that's nice and sturdy, and you don't have to worry about anything coming undone. One thing I wanted to tell you, if you have any concerns about your envelope ripping, and I've done this sometimes, is I just take Scotch tape and put it right on the folds. And then you just burnish it down, and it's nice and secure. You don't have to worry about it ripping. On this one, so here's one that I made from this. So this is a copy. And something that I thought might be super fun, this is one of the elements in the kit, and I just cut it out. And I thought if you put it through your Xyron, or you could just glue it down, this would be fun to put on the back, just like that, to seal it. I think I neglected to mention on this also that I just doodled before I made my copy. So I just doodled on the envelope, and you know, it copies very nicely. So that's how you make the envelopes. Again, just another fun way to use all of your collage pieces. On the note card, what I did was just made a copy of the front of my friendship journal, and then I put cardstock into my printer and then cut it down along the lines. And I made sure when I cut it down it would fit in this envelope, because I was using these from the dollar store, so I just wanted to make sure they fit in there. And I did have to cut them slightly. See, there's a little bit of a difference, about 1/4 of an inch. And what it ended up being is I ended up having to cut off my doodle lines. But then I went back and just doodled right over it, and it's perfect. And I think, you know, if you made like 4 of these, whether you used all the same characters or different ones, I think it'd be super cute. Just tie it with a bow, and it'd be an awesome gift for someone. So that's how I made that. The other thing I wanted to mention is you're making all of your either your note cards, or you're using your ATCs or postcards, envelopes, whatever. Make use of these. You know, you can do some fun things with these and add words in and things like that. Just like, you know, along here where I put these, you could use one of these words, or any of the borders that are in the borders and bits. They have some great pieces in there. And of course this one, you didn't have to do anything. It was super simple because it was just ready to go. Let's talk about the banner. This is the one I'm excited about. It's been super fun to make, and it's not hard. It's going to be hard to kind of show you everything on camera here. But I've got a PDF that I've got for you. So I designed these 3 styles: the pennant, the smaller pennant, and then, I don't know what you call this, but this one with the fishtail. And I have 2 sizes on the PDFs. And so the link will be in the description box below if you want to make one of these. And what I did was use the paper from the Woot collection, and it fits perfectly. So you can get a flag out of one of those sheets. And then I just designed my character, used some of the words that are on this sheet to create this more magic. I did a border using some of the leftover pieces I had, as well as some of the borders and bits pieces, like this one and this one. I doodled along here, and this is actually another border that came off one of the papers, and I just doodled a little bit on that. Again, another border from the paper, which is, these are all leftover strips that I had that made it really easy to just kind of build my border, just like we've done in our art journals. It's the same kind of idea. Then this was a paper that I had. So this, I felt like it needed some black and white, but I didn't want to use all of my paper on these pennants. So what I did was created my own. This is an index card, as you can see. And it's perfect because it's 4 inches wide, 4 inches here, and 6 inches tall. And so really all you have to find, you can use the template, but you just really need to find your center point, which is 2 inches, and cut from here to there. I doodled around the edge, and then I used my really handy circles, and I found a circle that I liked, and I did the big ones first, and then I went in and just filled in with the smaller ones. And that was it. It was that easy. Now the thing that's important is you want to put some half circles. You don't want all full circles. So put a few half circles if you do something like this. On this one, the larger pennant, again, it was the paper. It does all the work for you. So I just cut that out, and all I did on this one was use the letters and my letters are so torn up now I can't even show you, but the letters that came in the kit, one of our collage sheets, and wrote the word create. And I did not have an E, so I used the F and just filled it in. This is another one of those flags that I made with the circles, like this. And then this one is a character. This is the body from the Woot kit. Again, this is a paper. And I didn't even have to attach this border. It was part of the paper. I just scooted my template over when I drew it so that I had this piece. And then this is, because it wasn't standing out enough, I just cut a smaller green pennant out from another paper and put it behind here. And then the face of this is from a Juliet Crane coloring book. And I really wanted to use that face. I love this coloring book. So I picked out the one I wanted, colored it up, and just put it on here. And what I'm showing you here is that you can mix and match again. Whatever you have that you really like, just you can use it. So the horns here go off the banner, which is what I wanted to do. And then again, these wings are from another part of our collage sheet. So this has much smaller wings, this body. And then I cut these out and attached them so that they would be bigger. Again, the beauty of just playing with your collage pieces. There's so much you can do with them. And then this is another one of the papers. So this spans a nice distance. I just used some twine to hold it together. But one thing I do want to suggest to you is that put a 1-inch strip, the width, I don't know if you can see it here, a 1-inch strip, the width of the flag. I just used an index card and glued that on there. It gives it a little more durability where you're going to punch your holes. So I used a regular hole punch and decided how far I wanted to go in and from the top, and then I used that as my template for all the other ones. So I did that, and then threading it is really, because I wanted most of the thread on the back and not the front, you go down, thread it, come up, go down, come up, and it's that simple. That's all you have to do. And then just hang it and enjoy it wherever you're going to put it. This was super fun. I was so excited about this. I've had it hanging up and I couldn't wait to share this with you because I really hope you give this one a try. One other thing I wanted to tell you about before I go is another 2 kits actually that I found at Crowabout StudioB. If you like the Juliet Crane style like you saw on the banner, this is kind of a good alternative. I love this, and it's all because of Tessa that I found this. So thank you, Tessa. So this kit is called Be Free, and the other one that I found that I like is called Heart Wide Open. And combined together, these two really have a lot in common, and they've got parts that intermingle very well. So this one right here is the Be Free, and I started another friendship journal, so I just wanted to share it with you. I'm just really starting it, but I love the pieces and the borders. So the pieces here and the borders come from the Heart Wide Open, and then this one is from Be Free. And the Be Free has a lot of different heads too that you could use with your collage pieces. So this is the cover of it, and then inside I've just started working with this. Again, some of these, I think this is from Heart Wide Open, and then some of these are in Be Free. And the papers in here are beautiful too. So just wanted to tell you about that, because you'll probably see these make an appearance somewhere along the line in my work. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to share with you that was part of the Be Free. Look at this. There was a little head, and I decided to just put it on this little tag. I think it's so cute. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. And then this was just a small roller stamp that I had that says "You are awesome" and a small heart. And I just think that is adorable. So just another great thing. In fact, it's that same girl, but it's just a little tiny head. So I wanted to share that with you. That wraps up our cheater collage class. I hope you learned a lot, and that you can see how you can mix and match a lot of different collage elements to build quirky characters or even cute characters for things that you can do, so many different things. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.